Lauren Small, a Pilates instructor in Palm Beach, Florida, and today we're going to focus on a couple of different variations of the standard plank. So a plank is a great exercise. It's a full body exercise. It's working all your core muscles, but just doing a basic plank can get a little boring. So we like to add variations to make it a little bit more fun and a little bit more interesting. So we're going to focus on some variations of those today. So first, let's talk about getting into your standard plank. You can either do it on your elbows or your hands. So I'm going to get onto my elbows. I'm going to line them up directly underneath my shoulders, starting on my knees. Then I'll take one leg back, toes tucked under, and then the other leg back. And then I want to drop my bottom until my body is in one straight line. Nice long neck. I'm not looking down or up, and my shoulders are drawing down into my back pocket. And I'm feeling every muscle working here. So the first variation we'll take is just a releve and a flex. So I'm just going to rise forward onto my toes and push my heels back. Rise forward and back. Forward and back. So when we do this in Pilates, we usually do it on our hands, and it's called balance control. So we do the same thing on the hands, second variation. So my hands are lined up directly underneath my shoulders. I'm going to place my feet back behind me, one long line with the body, stomach tight, and I'm going to rise forward and back. Little rocks forward and back. You can always add a little push-up variation here, or single leg, forward and back, forward and back, otherwise known as balance control on the mat. A second variation for plank, excellent for working the sides of the abdominal muscles, the obliques, is the side plank. So let's look at a variation on this one. I'm going to start on my elbow. Now, three different levels of this. Knees bent can be the beginner level. One leg out, a little bit more advanced, and then both legs extended, advanced version. So let's do the middle one today. I'm going to rise up, make sure you're not sinking into your shoulder, and I'm going to lift my hips up off the mat. Let's take that hand and place it right behind the head. Now I'm holding my side plank. This is plenty. I'm feeling this already. If I want to make an added challenge, I can take my top elbow and twist it down to touch the top of my bottom hand. Bring it back up to a nice flat position. Twist it down and bring it back up. We could take about 10 of these. If we want to make this a little harder, I'm going to stretch my top arm, and instead of touching my bottom hand, I'm going to loop it underneath my body, and then bring it back up. Loop it underneath, and bring. So if I want to advance any of these moves, I can take both of my legs straight out, so I'm in a full side plank, reaching up, and again, if I want to bring it down to a more beginning level, I just bend both knees and lift up. So that's a nice variation on an oblique plank. Let's do one more variation on center plank here, just to make it a little bit more fun. We're going to hit our plank again, and I'll take it on the hands this time, because I want a lot of room underneath my stomach to move. So my hands are going to be lined up underneath my shoulders. I'm going to push up into my plank position, and I'm going to take my right knee and bring it towards my left elbow, adding an added challenge, and then we'll reverse to the abdominal wall and the obliques. Try not to move your bottom up and down when you move. Just keep it nice and steady. And use those abdominal muscles to really pull. Squeeze and stretch. Remember to keep the neck long, shoulders down, and drop out of it. Hit a child's pose at the end to stretch. And you're done. So that's just a couple of variations on the standard plank. Have fun with it. Try some of your own. For the American Fitness Network, I'm Lauren Small.